Hi everyone, welcome to Dada's FoodCrave Kitchen. If you are new to my channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. In today's recipe, I am going to show you guys how to make a delicious peanut butter soup, chicken peanut butter soup. If you are interested in seeing how I make this chicken peanut butter soup, please stay tuned. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends. And don't forget to hit the notification bell because you'll be the first to be notified whenever I upload a video. Without any further ado, let's get cooking! Okay guys, these are the ingredients we're gonna need for our chicken peanut butter soup. I have 2 onions here, depending on the size you're making. I also have 1.5 of habanero pepper, a couple of bay leaves,
on the track.
I have here 1 can of tomato paste and 1 can of tomato sauce. You're also gonna need some lemon pepper seasoning. You need some chicken seasoning. Of course, creamy peanut butter. Some tomato Norr seasoning. I am going to use some kosher salt today instead of sea salt. That's how it looks like, kosher salt. And my homemade ginger garlic paste. Like I said, I'm going to be coming up with a recipe of how to make the ginger garlic paste. That's my chicken, all washed up with lime, vinegar and salt.
On the track.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add the chicken in the pot. As you can see, I have a little bit of water left in the chicken. This will give it this will allow the chicken to steam, because I'm gonna season cook my chicken before I start cooking. So I'm just gonna chop up my onions here. It depends on the size, like I said, always the size of food that you're making. You could add 1 onion, 1.5 onion. I'm actually gonna use 1.5. I'm not gonna use both of the onions. I'm only gonna chop up 1.5.
On the track.
After that, you're gonna chop up your pepper. Like I said, if you don't like the heat, you could always add 1 pepper or no pepper at all. You can see guys, I have my gloves on because I don't want to touch my eyes. Those peppers are really hot. Make sure you cut them in little tiny chops. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of kosher salt. You could add half a tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. It all depends on how you like your food to taste. Or just add your seasoning to your own taste. I'm also going to use 1 tablespoon of chicken seasoning. There's barely any salt on that chicken seasoning. It's all basically like just a couple of other seasoning. But there's barely any salt in that chicken seasoning, so. And am gonna add my tomato Norr seasoning, 1 tablespoon. I am going to add lemon pepper seasoning because sometimes when you're cooking peanut butter soup, you tend to add like lime. When you add lemon pepper seasoning, you will not need to add any lime to it. So that lemon pepper seasoning will just replace you adding lime instead. Give it that limey flavor. And when you're using your ginger garlic paste, make sure you don't contaminate the spoon with any other thing. The spoon have to be dry, because if not, your ginger garlic paste is gonna spoil. And that ginger garlic paste can last, depending how often you use it, but it could last you up to 6 months. And I'm gonna be coming up with a recipe of how to make the ginger garlic paste coming soon. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm just gonna mix everything up. Make sure all the seasoning are all mixed well with the chicken. And this will give me time to get ready to season cook my chicken. Usually this is what I do when I'm doing any type of boiling before I cook. Like if I'm cooking, like for example, like okra soup, anything that involves boiling before I cook anything, like I would just season cook.
Bling on the track.
So now that all the seasoning are all mixed well together, I'm just gonna put the stove on medium high and let it season cook for a couple of minutes. I would say like 20 to 25 minutes. Check on it. Don't forget to add your bay leaves, because this will give the peanut butter soup a good aroma while everything else is boiling. It's just for the aroma, just for the smell. Now this was after 20 minutes. I'm checking on it to make sure it's boiling good.
Bling on the track.
You gotta really be gentle with the chicken, guys, because you don't wanna have your chicken all break up. So this is what seasoned cook looks like. When you're cooking your peanut butter soup, please do not add water and then add the chicken directly. Make sure you season cook your food. If you're cooking okra soup, make sure you do the same thing. Season cook your meat before you add water. All that seasoning is in the marinade, it's in the chicken. Give it another 5 minutes or so. Check on it again. Now I'm gonna add water into the pot. First I'm gonna add my tomato sauce. And then I'm gonna add the water.
Bling on the track.
As you can see, I add like 5.5 cups of water. It depending, like I said, on the size that you're making. You don't necessarily have to add 5.5 cups of water. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put my peanut butter, my tomato paste. The whole can. I'm gonna add the whole can of tomato paste in the sauce. Some people like the peanut butter really thick. Some people like the peanut butter really light. It all depends on your preference. So the amount of water will tell you how well you want your peanut butter soup to be thick, or the consistency that you're looking for. Because when it's cold, like I said, it tends to get thicker. So I'm gonna let this boil a little bit, like maybe like 10 minutes into a boil. It's so simple, guys. And now that the sauce, the water, everything else is boiling, now I'm gonna add my peanut butter, creamy peanut butter, into the pot. Make sure you use a creamy peanut butter, not a peanut butter that has like chunks in it. As you can see, I'm trying to point it out, but my camera is not zooming. It's not focusing well on the creamy peanut butter part that I wanted to show you. So that spoon that I'm using there, it's pretty much, I would say, 2 tablespoons. So 2 tablespoons, I already put like 2, I would say that's 4 tablespoons. And I put 3, and that's like 6 tablespoons. And then I put another 4, so that's 8 tablespoons. Then I put another 5. That's 10 tablespoons. So 10 tablespoons and a half. Like I said, depending on the size that you're making and the amount of water that's in your pot and the consistency that you're looking for of how you want your peanut butter soup to be, it all depends. If you want it too thick, you can add more peanut butter. But remember, guys, the peanut butter has to be cooked, because if not, it will taste really, really raw. That peanut butter has to be cooked, and make sure you stir it gently, very gently on the bottom up. So I'm gonna add some carrots just for color, and pretty much that's all you need to do from now on. And cover the pot, and don't put your heat too high. Always put your heat on medium high, and give yourself time to cook your food in the right amount of temperature. Do not rush it. Let it boil. Keep checking it, stirring it, so that make sure nothing is getting sticky in the bottom of the pot. Always stir it from the bottom up gently, and if you can use a wooden spoon, that works perfectly fine. You're gonna keep checking it at least 5 to 10 minutes. Keep checking it. Check your salt to taste. Make sure everything is right. I needed a little bit more salt, so I'm just gonna add 1 little bit of Maggi cube into the sauce. Peanut butter soup is not hard to cook at all. It all requires boiling. There's no frying, there's no nothing. Once you add everything that you need to add, the right amount of water, the right amount of peanut butter, the right amount of seasoning, you are good to go. Like I said, I'm checking it again, because at this point what I'm looking for is how well the water is reducing down, and I'm also looking for the oil. Once you start seeing some oil floating on top of the peanut butter, that's an indication of the sauce telling you that it's about to be ready. As you can see there, I have a little bit of oil showing up, but it's not quite ready yet. That's what you're looking for. The oil will definitely tell you that your sauce is ready. It's up to you to continue cooking it and let it get thicker. But I will advise you not to cook your peanut butter soup too thick. If you're gonna keep it for the next day, then you don't want it too thick. You want it to that light medium consistency, so that when the sauce is cold, as you can see, I didn't cover my pot all the way half. I'm gonna let some of the steam out because I don't want any more water to get into my pot. That's why I covered the pot halfway like that. See what I'm telling you guys? The oil is coming up. That's an indication of the sauce telling you, hey, I'm about to be ready here. See the oil, guys? There was no oil added to this sauce. The peanut butter from the oil from the peanut butter and the oil from the chicken, that's all coming up. No oil was added to this sauce. There is no need for you to start frying your sauce with oil before you cook your peanut butter. Trust me, you don't need to add any oil in that. I'm gonna add my hot habanero pepper. This is for me to squeeze on the side. I'm gonna add 3 of them. This is a good way of adding peppers on the side. Let it float on the side of your dish. In case you're cooking for somebody who doesn't really like spicy food, you could always float your peppers like that, so that will give you a choice to be able to float some of the hot pepper into the side of your dish.
On the track.
And here I am, I'm checking it again. As you can see, the oil is beginning to float on top. That's what you're looking for. I'm gonna stir it from the bottom up gently. Make sure your carrot is cooked well. See how I'm stirring it from the bottom up? I mean, if you're cooking your peanut butter soup with meat, maybe I can say you don't gotta be that gentle. But when you're cooking it with chicken, you have to be really gentle. See the oil, guys? No need to add oil. No need to start cooking your peanut butter soup with oil. All it requires is boiling. Everything is about boiling. If you follow this recipe step by step, you will come out with a perfect peanut butter soup. See that oil? Like I said, some people like their peanut butter really thick. Some people like their peanut butter to that consistency. And I don't like my peanut butter too thick, because the next day or once it's cooled down, it's gonna get thicker than it is right now. So it's better off to leave it in this type of consistency. All the oil is floating on top. The peanut butter soup is pretty much ready. You know, you could enjoy it with your white rice. You know, you could enjoy it with your fufu. Whatever you want to enjoy your peanut butter soup with, that's all up to the person. So I can say pretty much my peanut butter soup is ready. There's no need for me to keep going and boiling it or anything like that. It's ready. That's how I want the consistency to look like. This is the perfect consistency. Trust me, guys. Because you want to be able to enjoy it the next day. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some water in the stove and let it boil. because I'm gonna be enjoying my peanut butter soup with some couscous. So now that the water is boiling, there's no specific amount of cup of water that you want to add. Just add some water in a saucepan or something. I'm gonna add some saffron seasoning in it. The reason why I'm adding this saffron seasoning because it has some other type of seasoning in the saffron, and it also has it will give the couscous a really nice yellow color. If you don't have the saffron seasoning, you could always add some turmeric into the water. I don't know whether you guys remember when I was making my vermicelli, this was what I was trying to explain. You could put your the coloring into the water before you can add your vermicelli into the pot, into the boiling water. So now that the water is all boiled and I added my coloring in there, my turmeric coloring, I'm just gonna take my favorite pot and add my couscous. This is how couscous looks like. Couscous is, I believe it's a Moroccan type pasta. It's all pasta, guys. So this whole container here is total 4 cups. You can find this couscous at your local grocery store. Some of them come in a jar like that. Some of them come in a box. Some of them come in a big bag. So that's 4 cups of couscous. It's so easy to make. There are many ways to make couscous. This is the most simplest way to make the couscous. There's another way to make couscous. If you guys want me to show you guys how to make the other way, I'll be more than happy to show you guys. But this is the simplest way to make couscous. So you're just gonna take some of the boiling water and add it into the couscous. It all depends how hard you want your couscous, the texture you're looking for. If you want it really hard, not really hard, but really like al dente type, you can add a little bit of water. If you want your couscous to be soft, you want to make sure you add the water right on the surface, right on top of the couscous, not too much, so that the water level will just slightly cover the couscous on the pot. There's no need for you to add the heat on the stove. There's no heat added onto the stove while I'm making this couscous. The only thing that's gonna cook this couscous is the boiling water. If you have a steamer pot, you could also make your couscous that way. But this is the simplest way to make couscous. It's like under 10 minutes. Once that water is boiled, you just add the boiling water into the couscous and cover the pot for 5 or 10 minutes, and then your couscous will be ready.
Bling on the track.
So I'm just gonna cover the pot for 10 minutes and come back, and voila, the couscous is ready. The heat wasn't on or anything. There was no heat on this making this couscous. So you're just gonna fluff it up with a fork, like so. So make sure you fluff it up really good, and like I said, it all depends how soft you want your couscous to be. If you want it really soft, just make sure the water is right on the surface of the couscous, right on top. If you don't want it too soft, you could just add like a couple of water. Make sure your water is hot boiling water. But I like my couscous to be soft because it goes really good with the peanut butter soup. And what I'm gonna do now is that was hot. I had to put it back down. I'm gonna add some melted butter. This is optional, you don't have to. I'm gonna add some melted butter onto the couscous. I would say maybe like half a stick of butter, that should be fine. Half a stick or quarter of a stick of butter. Like I said, it's optional, you don't have to add butter into your couscous. And then what you're gonna need to do next is just add a dash of salt for taste. And your couscous is ready. Couscous can be prepared under 15 minutes. I would say 15 minutes or so. Once your water is boiled, everything else is easy cake. I'm just gonna add some dash of salt for some taste. And the couscous is ready. So here I'm just gonna dish out some couscous into my plate. I'm gonna enjoy my peanut butter soup with my couscous. Like I said, you could enjoy your peanut butter soup with rice. You could enjoy it with couscous. You could eat it with fufu. It all depends on what you want to enjoy your peanut butter soup with. I'm gonna enjoy my peanut butter soup with some couscous. So I'm just gonna make some presentation here. Like I always try to do my best to make a nice presentation of plating out my food. If you are enjoying this video, please share this video, like and subscribe if you are new to my channel. I'll be coming up with more delicious recipes from my kitchen to yours. You can call it groundnut soup. Some people call it mafe. Some people call it Domoda. So it all depends, like I said, where you're from. Where I'm from, we call it peanut butter soup. We call it granite soup. We call it groundnut soup. We call it, some people call it mafe. I believe in French they call it mafe. So it's all the same. And actually I found out that peanut butter soup is originated from Mali, guys. Little did I know it was originated from Mali. So here you go. Here's my peanut butter soup all dished out really nice on top of my couscous. So you can enjoy it like that. You don't necessarily have to plate it like that, but I created a hole in between the couscous, and I just put the sauce in the middle of the couscous. And voila, here we go. That's what I'm gonna enjoy my peanut butter soup with. I didn't have to make the couscous recipe, but I just wanted to show you guys what I'm gonna enjoy my peanut butter soup with. So that's why I wanted to show you guys, just to give you an idea of what you want to make it with, just in case. Look how pretty it is. pretty, always pretty. Or I always try to bring you guys some nice presentation. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, like I said. And please don't forget to leave your comment down below and let me know whether you guys tried the recipe and how it turned out for you guys. If you guys have any comments, please feel free to comment down below. If you guys have any question, leave it in the comment down below. And voila, your peanut butter soup is ready. Like I always do, guys, I'm gonna do the first taste test for you guys. With all the cooking, the chef has to taste the food to make sure I can approve it. Yummy. It is so delicious, guys. I just wish you guys were here to try this delicious peanut butter soup with couscous with me, guys. Please like this video, share it with your friends, guys, and please, if you are new to my channel, while you are at it, watching it, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'll be bringing you more delicious recipe, guys. From my kitchen to yours. It was a pleasure, it was an honor for me to come with this recipe for you guys. I am so happy that I was able to do this recipe for everyone. Like I said, you could always enjoy it with your couscous, your findi, your fufu, or your white rice. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will try this recipe, and I'll see you in my next video. Ta-ta, I'll see you guys. Bye.
S Bling on the track.